What up, guys? H1GH here, and I'm coming at you with a little Storytime video. Alright, it's been many moons since the Storytime has been uploaded to this channel, but I'm here to break that circle, okay? I'm here to break that. Alright? Alright. Before we get into that though, let's have a little bong rip. Shall we, boys? Wish out. Alright, let's fucking get into it. So, this story takes place in middle school. And in middle school, I had a somewhat often occurrence where I would skip class. I would skip like a couple periods or so. Which, by the way, don't skip class. It's really not worth it. Like, all I did was I would sit in the bathroom, hit my vape, smoke a cig, hit a cart, jerk off. I don't know. Like, there's nothing to do. Like, if you skip school, if you're skipping a period, it's really not worth it. You're kind of just wasting your time. You might as well just stay in the classroom and just get your work done, you know? But, regardless. So, I was skipping class this day. And I was sitting in the bathroom, like any other, day that I would spend. Oh, by the way, I'm like 14 years old in the story. Like around there, like 14 or so. And I'm just kind of sitting there. Like, I'm not sitting in a stall or anything. I'm just kind of posted up beside the bathroom door. And a fucking classmate walks in. Well, he's not my classmate, but I knew the kid. We're gonna call him Adrian. And Adrian pulls out this fucking cart, right? He pulls out this fucking SpongeBob Doodlebob looking ass car, dude. And the shit was scary. It was grim. It was disgusting. It was the most vile thing I ever laid eyes on, okay? And it had it was built like SpongeBob. The shit was square. Like the juice in it looked like fucking, like, not even piss yellow. It looked like piss yellow is like usually good. Like, that's like a good color for it to have. But, like, this wasn't. This was like fucking Butter's yellow. Okay, this was like Butter's hair yellow. Like, that's how fucking yellow this shit was. It was as yellow as fucking Butter's, dude. But, dude, he asked me. He's like, "Yo, do you want to hit this?" And I'm like, "Fuck yeah, let me hit that shit. I want to hit that shit. Fuck yeah, I want to hit that shit." Cause I'm a fucking degenerate, right? And I don't care about my health or anything at this point. I'm just like, yo, if it gets me high, I want it, you know. So he hands me the fucking cart, and I take it. I take a hit. It wasn't like a big hit. It wasn't a big hit. It wasn't a long hit. I just took like a normal size hit, right? Like you would have on a vape. But I didn't take a big rip, dude. I exhale. A generous sized cloud comes out, which is kind of bad because carts, you don't really get a lot of clouds from carts. You know, you don't get like really thick smoke usually from carts. But this shit was pretty thick, okay? I'm not entirely sure if this was weed, okay? I'm not entirely sure. But regardless, I already took the hit. And I exhaled like a decent sized cloud. And the cough I had one of those cough fits where by the end of it, you're on your hands and knees, you got like a trail of drool coming out of your mouth, your eyes are watering, your face is red. Like, I had one of those. It was bad. It was bad. It was really bad. After I take my hit, Adrian, he takes a couple hit of his. We chatted it up for a second, for like 2 minutes. And then Adrian dipped. He was like, "Alright, dude, I gotta go back to class." Adrian wasn't skipping with me. He was just going to the bathroom just to hit his cart. Because at this point, there wasn't any vape detectors or smoke detectors in the bathrooms. There wasn't like really any of that going on. Kind of really the only way to get caught is if somebody like of authority was just like right outside the bathroom and smelled whatever you were smoking. Because like there wasn't even like, I don't even think the fucking security cameras worked at this fucking school. Like, it was very low maintenance, very low security. Other than, like, the only security they really had was the metal detectors at the front door, and then they had just the deans. And the deans play a big part in the story. One of them does, at least. So, I'm sitting in the bathroom all alone, and it hits me. Like, I out of nowhere, I got the fattest fucking head rush. I had the fattest body high. You know when, like, you do a substance and, like, it hits you, like you're not expecting it to really hit you, and then out of nowhere it just hits you, like, and in your spine you just feel like this fucking, like, this, like, boom, like, in your spine, where you're, like, it's just sheer panic and dread flowing through your body. That's what I felt, and it was frightening, and I was just like, I gotta get mobile. Like, the only thought on my mind, because I was pretty new to smoking weed at this point. I don't even know if that was weed, but I was very new to smoking weed, or smoking mostly anything at this point, and so I didn't really know how to take care of a bad high. I didn't know to drink water, to eat food. I didn't know none of that shit. I just thought I was dying. I thought I was about to go into cardiac arrest. My fucking heart was beating. Like, it was crazy. It was fucking crazy. And like I said earlier, the only thought on my mind was, I gotta get mobile. I gotta start moving. I gotta get out of this bathroom. Because the bathroom was kind of freaking me out, because it was such a small space. I was like, I need to get outside. I need to get fresh air. And so, I fucking, you know, I look out, I look left. Wait. I look left, I look right. I fucking barrel roll, point my weapon, make sure the coast is clear. And I fucking bolt out the door. That's not actually what happened. I actually just kind of, like, looked out and just, like, lightly jogged to the door. But regardless, I get outside and it's bright. It's bright. It's hot, and it's just nice. It's like peace, zen, bliss. You know, being outside really comforted me. And I look over, kind of across the campus, and like I said earlier, it's a pretty decent sized campus. Like, it would take you, like, if you sprinted from end to end, it would probably take you about, like, I would say, like, 40 seconds. Like, it was a decent, like, size, you know? Nah, 40 seconds is a stretch, dude. I think, like a minute. Like, I would say, like, a minute and, like, 15 seconds it would take you to just sprint from end to end. But, yeah. So, basically, I see this kid on the other side of the campus. There's a guy in my grade. He wasn't in my class, though. I didn't know his name or anything. Like, I'd seen him before. I knew he was in my grade. But, we locked eyes for a second. And before we could even think about, like, chopping it up and fucking talking, smoking, finding, a place to smoke or anything, a fucking dean. Like a movie, dude. Like a fucking horror movie. A dean. Like, this is him, a dean. Bro, my fingernails are dirty as shit. Oh, my God. A dean fucking comes up behind him and just is, like, towering over him, and he sees, and he fucking books it, like, balls to the wall. This kid was fast as fuck, boy. He fucking, he was out of there. Okay, and the dean was no match. The dean couldn't keep up. And then, the worst thing that could possibly happen, happened. The dean fucking loses him, looks dead at me, and I'm like, like, I'm just sitting there just like, as soon as he looked at me, I hit the fucking closed eyes dog meme. That's how I felt. Fucking, oh my God, it was terrifying. This shit was no laughing matter, dude. He looks at me, and imagine you're tweaking balls. Your heart is pounding. You're filled with dread. You're terrified as it is. Right? And then you see this, like, 250-pound guy just look at you and just start sprinting full speed, looking dead at you. Bro, almost had a heart attack on sight. It was over. We're running. He's chasing me. I'm so high, my heart is pounding, and he's, like, right behind me, and we got, like, this close. We got like this close to the door, right? To the door of the school. And I fucking tripped. And he was so close behind me, he couldn't register that I tripped fast enough to avoid my body. And he tripped and kind of, like, flew over my body a little bit. And while he was down, I got the fuck up and I beelined it straight into the school. And I'm running. Like, I'm trying to turn as much corners as I can. But as you know, if you've been to an American public school, you know that, like, there's not a lot of corners you can turn unless you get all the way to the end of the hallway and then take a turn. So I was sprinting. He was, like, right behind me for most of it. And at some point, I pretty much lost him. I got him, like, a good, like, 10 feet behind me. I took a corner, and there it was. my saving grace, my classroom, the classroom I was supposed to be in right now at this period, I found it. I go into the classroom, I sit down, relief washes over my body for a split second, and I look around the classroom. I'm not in my classroom. This isn't the room we're supposed to be in. This is a different class than mine in here. And the teacher is like, yo, what are you doing? This isn't your class. You got to get out of here. And she boots me out of the classroom. And as I'm walking out the door, the fucking dean sees me. And he starts running up to me. And at this point, I gave up. I froze and I just gave up. I was like, take me, bro. He comes to me. He kind of like grabs my arm. He's like, you're going to the dean's office right now, boy. He fucking takes me to the dean's office, and the dean's office is where all the really bad kids go, okay? The dean's office is where the kids that are just constantly making trouble. The kids that are going to the kids that are going to alternative school in like a month, that's where I was at. That's the room I was in. I walk in there, the desks look like fucking prison desks. There's dividers and everything on them. The most heinous shit is scribbled into them. Dude, it was crazy. They handed me this huge stack of paperwork. Just a whole bunch of math problems and shit to do. And I was supposed to be in after-school suspension, but I couldn't go to after-school suspension because if I missed the bus ride, I was living with my aunt at the time, and if I missed that bus ride, I wasn't going home that day. So I convinced them to call my aunt, and they called her, and they were like, "Yo, should we keep him in after-school suspension, or should we give him ISS?" And my aunt obviously was like, "Nah, he's got to come home." So, ISS. And I was expecting them to like keep me like a day later or like a couple days later in ISS, but no, they kind of just gave me the rest of that day because, as I said, this is like third period. So I think I said that, I don't know, but it was like third period when all this happened. So they kind of just kept me for the rest of the day, and that was like a full day of ISS. And yeah, but when I got home, I did get my phone taken away, and my aunt used to do this weird shit where like she bought, because I would get my phone taken from me all the time for mostly mundane things. Like this time I guess I deserved it, but usually it would just be like mundane things, like fucking drinking out of the milk carton, and like she would be like, yo, give me your phone for a fucking week, you're not talking to nobody. And I was like, fuck. But she bought a cage. She bought a plastic cage to keep my phone in and lock it so that I could see my phone, but I couldn't use it. I don't know. It seems kind of sadistic to me. It seems kind of fucked up to me. But regardless, hey, that's the end of the story pretty much. Song recommendations: 2 Mac Miller songs, "Knock Knock" and "Good News." Okay, those are your song recommendations. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you had a fun time watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Over the hills, down to the valley. I remember way back when I was happy. I've been sick in the summer.